Pimps, Players, and Hustlers Fantasy Football League, man. It's your boy Lump Dog, commissioner of that Pimps, Players, and Hustlers Fantasy Football League. 10 years strong, coming back with Week 5 Commish Message, and letting you know what went down in this week, who won, who got the cash, all the good stuff. So let's get right into it. First game, Call It Poppin' Pimps taking it over Any Given Sunday, 117-89. Call It Poppin' Pimps led by Donovan McNabb coming off injury, playing Tampa Bay. Blows up, gets 47 points. I don't know if it's a blow up, but solid 47 points. The other surprise, I guess, would be Ahmad Bradshaw with 29 against Oakland. And, wow, that was a real tough call for me all week. I didn't know I was going to go with Benson, but the last minute he was facing that Ravens D, and, man, they haven't given up a 100-yard rusher in 40 games, and who thought that Benson would go off for over 100 and get a touch? But didn't hurt me too much. I mean, Slayton shit the bed somewhat, not too bad, but ended up getting the win, though. So, and Any Given Sunday with that 89 was pretty much got half his points from Romo, and 12 of those points came in the last play from Miles Austin, that 60-yard touchdown. If it weren't for that, he would have had probably low score of the week because nobody else on his team scored double-digit points, and that's why he's in the cellar. In the second game, we had A-Team taking out Team Britt 144-113. Warner and Winslow leading A-Team with 42 and 23, respectively. And then Team Britt, Andre Johnson and the Vikings D with 23 and then 25. He had a pretty solid performance. It's just that he had to face just a high-scoring team, and A-Team had more players going off for him this week. But it was a good game. A-Team did split the weekly prize with Fuck You. Each scored 144, so instead of one person getting 130, they each get 65. So harsh one, but, winning's better than losing. So at least you got something there. In the next game, we had Patty's Playboys winning with an 87. That should lose you most weeks. It shouldn't definitely give you a win. But he got it over Papa's Rat Pack, 87-74. Big Ben has been a big, pleasant surprise for Patty's Playboys this year. Been definitely worth probably a top-tier fantasy quarterback. Putting up 300-yard games. Normally this isn't Big Ben's type of numbers, so Patty got him on a good year. Got to give him credit for that, because he would definitely probably be on the free agent wire, and someone would have swooped him up by now. And then Papa's Rat Pack, made a trade this week. Trades away Moss and Ricky Williams for Willis McGahee and Deshaun Jackson. And Papa's Rat Pack probably much lost due to that. I don't know if it was due to that trade, but ended up losing because he got 0 from both McGahee and Jackson, and then also Chancey Stuckey, who had gotten traded earlier that week until to the Cleveland Browns. So he didn't do much. And then just real quick, man, I want to make a side note here to the old man. Dude, you're at home all week. Your son has an excuse not to log on and not to check his lineups or make trades or whatever. Man, I expect you to be logging on at least one time during the week, and definitely on Sunday mornings. What the fuck are you not doing logging in on Sunday fucking mornings to check your lineup? I don't want to have to keep calling you to tell you you have someone on your IR or somebody in your, giving you a roster warning. Man, sign in on Sunday mornings, check your lineup, read the player updates, learn to run your team, old man. Thank you. That's all I want to say about that. And the next game we had Fuck You, once again with 144, beating Ass to Mouth to 144-80. Paul's team, led by Peyton Manning, Roddy White, and the Giants D. So he gets 45 from Manning, 39 from Roddy White, and then 31 from the Giants D, and then nobody else scores double-digit points, and he gets 144. Just redonkulous scores. Niners D let Roddy White go over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, huge game for Roddy White. And then, anybody playing the Raiders right now, you just want to pick up their defense because they're guaranteed to get you some points. I'm not sure about 31, but Giants definitely have a solid defense, and going up against the Raiders definitely gave them the huge points that they needed to get Paul. Unfortunately, not the win, but a tie and half the money. Ass to Mouth had to deal with Aaron Rodgers on a bye week. He started Trent Edwards, got him 16. His Trent Edwards to T.O. connection, 20 points combined between the two. Not very good. And his Washington defense was actually his highest scoring player this week with 19. But he'll bounce back from that. Sitting at 2-3 right now, not too bad. Still in the mix with things. In other games, we had unregistered sex offenders taking out Brewdogs 140 to 102. USRO were led by Palmer with 31. Had Ray Rice with 19. And then Burleson goes off for 21. And Hasselback really helps that Seattle offense go. And then Brewdogs got 49 from Matt Ryan against the Niners. And then didn't get much anything other than his Eagles defense with 21. And, I mean, what round were the Eagles defense taking? They are just smashing the Pittsburgh defense in points. I mean, just smashing. And the Pittsburgh was any given Sunday's fourth-round pick. And I understand you wanted somebody, but sometimes you have to let people go if they don't fit in the value in which they drafted in the round. So, I guess we'll just not let that go all season there, Vol. So, I'm going to keep bringing that up. But, yeah, getting smashed in points. And then in the last game, we had the, I don't know if they're unstoppable, but the Juggernauts, they can't seem to get going, taking a tough loss to Sac Valley Players 92 to 88. Sac Valley Players led by Matt Shaw with 46. And then, Turner on his bench, too, with like 29 points. That luckily didn't come back to bite him in the ass. And, man, if he's the second pick in the draft, I don't know how you sit that guy, no matter what the matchup is. But, sometimes you play the matchups, they work. Sometimes you don't, they don't work. So that's all good. So, and then the Juggernauts, pretty much got Brady, led by Brady with his 30 points. I mean, come on. 30 points from Brady, that's just that's not even Brady-like numbers. I mean, we don't expect that from Brady. 45 or above for Brady, that's pretty much what you expect. And then I know the Juggernauts was patting himself on the back last week when Mike Sims Walker caught a couple touchdowns, but gets the big goose egg 0 from him this week. And I'm sorry, Foster, I'm going to have to disagree with you there that Mike Sims Walker is the best free agent pickup of the season. Not by a long shot. Okay. Anyway, a couple key matchups. I'm not going to run down them all. Just a couple ones that caught my eye looking over the matchup. We have the Juggernauts versus Fuck You. This is the worst against first. The worst being the Juggernauts sitting at 1-4 against Fuck You, sitting at the top of the league all by himself with 4-1. Should be a good matchup because Fuck You has Peyton Manning on a bye, and Brady is going to blow up sooner or later. I just hope it's later and not sooner for Paul. But hopefully this turns out to be a good game. And I don't know, man. This one's a tough one to call because of the bye week that Manning has for Fuck You. So could go either way on this one. But I'm going to say the Juggernauts, because he's due for a win. You can't just keep going losing and losing and losing. So due for a win here. Plus he traded it for Randy Moss, and this is probably the week that those two at least connect for 1 or 2 touchdowns. So all double points there for the Juggernauts. And then Patty's Playboys. This is a surprising game here versus the Brewdogs. These are the only other game where 3-2 teams are going at each other. So it should be a really good game. Patty's Playboy started off 0-2, won his last 3, pulled himself off the 0-2 heap, and pulled himself right back into the game. I mean, close, low-scoring games, but he's pulling them out, and that's all that matters. Because once you get in the playoffs, it's anybody's game, and we all know that. So that's pretty much it. Those were the 2 games that I was looking forward to, and hopefully those 2 turn into good matchups. My game, I just mentioned it real quick against Britt. Hopefully the Giants defense can nut it up and hold Breeze in check, and that should give me a shot. I do have McNabb going into Oakland, so hopefully that has the potential of McNabb sitting by halftime. 180 yards throwing, 3 touchdowns. So I take it, but over the Cutler Atlanta matchup on Sunday night. So that's pretty much it, man. So good luck to everyone in week 6. I can't